logically. The chances of only 13 of those 3,500 predictions are going to come to pass is 1 chance in 10 to the 138 power. That is beyond the possibility of certain laws of physics not working right. Yeah. So I just want to say that we rely day to day, that the second law of thermodynamics is going to work. We're not going to die in our seats from being frozen, right? But we are not willing sometimes to really put our trust in something that's so many more times to the power of whatever more reliable. Creation accounts. I mean, the scientific method, people say, oh, Bible and the scientific method was derived from the Bible, and when scientists for 2,000 years said that the earth was flat, Bible said, it's spherical. And Job, 4,000 years before, said, stars are gravitationally bound. And then the chances of Moses putting 11 creation events in the right order, provided that he was given the right information for that, are 1 to the 6 billion. Okay? But if the Bible is the only holy book, the only one that describes the creation events in a scientifically correct order, and we now know about the Big Bang, right? Before it was, oh, right, the universe is not expanding. Yes, it's expanding. They said that in the Bible, right? In Genesis. All right. So, in the Hindu Vedas, what did they say? Because I studied those. There are civilizations on the back of the sun and the back of the moon. Well, I don't blame them, because back then they didn't know any better, but now we know that the sun is a little bit hotter. Last time when I was up here, we talked about how Jesus fulfilled 8, and that was 10 to the 17th power, right? And that was like covering the entire state of Texas. 2 feet deep with silver coins. Blindfolding them or marking one of them. 2 feet deep, saying go in any direction, first straight out, pick that coin up, right? Chances of that happening. So imagine that's 10 to the 17th power. What is 10 to the 138? You know, when God says in Deuteronomy 18, right? When he says a man is a prophet of God, if he predicts the future, but it has to be 100% right. Anything less than 100%, he's a false prophet. Don't listen to him, right? So that's the standard of fulfillment. He names people before they were even born, like Josiah, right? Isaiah said, okay, there'll be a king Josiah who he's going to be born. That was 80 years before he was ever born. Okay, what are the chances of all the names that exist in the world that he said, oh, Josiah, he's going to be named Josiah? And then he's going to be a king of the southern kingdom of Israel, and then he's going to go north, and he's going to dig up some 400 bones of false prophets, and he's going to burn them to light on a particular altar. So any place in the world, a particular altar. And if you know anything about Jewish altars, with 12 rocks with like piled up together, no cement, nothing else. And what are the chances that 300 years later, Josiah is born, he goes north, the altar is still there, 12 rocks, he digs out the bones, burns them to lime, bones are still there, nobody ate them, right? I mean, I have dogs, I know what they do to bones. So, same thing with Cyrus, right? I think Isaiah said, he's going to be born, his name is going to be Cyrus, he's going to be a king of the Medes and the Persians, right? And when you're in captivity, and Jeremiah added the date, like 7 years into you Israel being in captivity to Babylon, he's going to come, take you out of slavery, give you money to rebuild your kingdom, your temple, your places of worship, when back then the Medes and the Persians weren't even, like in Babylon, they weren't even a power to be reckoned with, right? So, I just love how God provides a way for all of us to know Him. Whether it's an issue of the heart, you know, you guys are here, probably He touched your heart. But there are people out there that it's an issue of the mind. And I love that God didn't have to prove Himself to us, and the stars will shout after Him and all that. But He does. The Bible is the only holy book that says, test me. God 3 times says, test me.